Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the channel. If you haven't been here before, my name's Tim, and on here we do a whole pile of geeky, techie YouTube film stuff and lots of flashing lights, because flashing lights are cool. And tonight I've got something so techie, geeky and new that it's brand new, and it's so brand new it's not even out yet. It's from a company called Hollyland, which is an awesome company that make really pro video and audio transmission gear for film and TV sets and big sports and broadcast events and things like that. They make awesome stuff, and they've made something really, really awesome that ties a lot of their technology together. It's this thing here, which is the Streamix M1. Now, it looks like a tablet kind of thing, and it is basically, but it's a tablet that's got some fantastic features. Basically what this thing does is it allows you to input up to 6 different video feeds and mix between them, and at the same time it's got a pro level audio mixer built into it. It's got visual effects, overlays, titles, multi-view, all these sorts of really neat pro features in this little tablet format. Here's a summary of the things that this can do. It's got 6 video channel sources, multiple platform streaming, so you can send it out to YouTube, Facebook and any RTMP service basically. Wired and wireless connections. You can control PTZ cameras over the RJ45 port. It's got 256 gigs of memory in there, so you can record what you're streaming. Picture-in-picture function, and from what I've seen, some fairly sophisticated picture-in-picture stuff as well. Computer graphic overlays. It has XLR and TRS hybrid audio interface. That means it can take stuff from all sorts of things. You've got TRS, which is the normal audio 6.5mm audio sockets, and XLR for professional microphones. It's got a built-in analog audio mixer, and it can handle multiple video bit rates for streaming. What that basically means is if you're doing a live production, you can handle all of it in through this thing. The input capabilities of the Streamix M1 are really impressive. It has 2 SDI inputs, it's got 2 HDMI inputs. It can also take network video feed and feed from an app on a cell phone, as well as being able to play back digital files from the local machine. That's 6 feeds coming into the mixer that you can switch between, and it's also got 2 XLR or TRS audio inputs in the side and 2 XLR audio inputs on the outside, so you can feed that out to another sound system. It's also got output connectors for HDMI and a client monitor and an SDI output as well. As for streaming, the Streamix M1 can output up to 3 channels at once, so you can send a video to Facebook and YouTube and any other RTMP service all at the same time, and you can control the bandwidth that goes out to. The streaming can be done over wired network or over Wi-Fi network, depending on what you've got available. If you've got both connected, it will prefer the wired, of course, so you can get better bandwidth. If you're using video transmission equipment that supports it, you can also use tally on the different cameras, and the Streamix M1 supports tally so that your video operators can see whether they're on air or on standby, which makes it really easy for them to know that their camera is active if you're shooting, say, a sports event and you've got camera operators all around the place. As I said, if you're using a PTZ, that's a pan tilt zoom camera as well, you can control the pan tilt zoom from the Streamix M1 surface at the same time, so you can pan tilt that around remotely if that's connected over an RJ45 connection. It also has 256 gig of RAM, as I said earlier, which means that you can record what you're streaming at the same time. I'm not sure the exact specifications on the recording at the moment because that hasn't been released, but I'm really excited to see that, and hopefully also be able to record to an external drive or something. We'll see about that when it comes. A lot of live streaming these days requires side-by-side sort of pictures, being able to reframe imagery, do picture-in-picture and multiple view layouts. This thing has got a huge range of different multi-view layouts available to you, and you can feed the different video sources into different parts of the screen for a multi-view layout. This is really fantastic, and you can switch between these very easily. There's some information about that available online, so that you can show that it can have like a main picture and 3 small ones down the side like a Zoom meeting, or you can have side by side if you're doing an interview, or a 4-panel split across the squares. How customizable that's going to be, we're not too sure yet. We'll see that when it comes out, but it does look like you can do a whole pile of different things and set this up to suit how you want. There's a whole library of different overlays. There's a heap of titles and lower thirds, and there's even a whole pile of emojis and things that you can add to your videos as well. How that works, once again, we'll see how it goes, but it looks like there is a huge range of customizable stuff that you can use to get the type of titles and thirds and infographics and things that you want. It's also got a scoreboarding template as well, so that if you're at a sports event or something, you can keep a score running on screen and that sort of thing, which is really good. Now, audio with this type of device is something that's usually overlooked because there's an expectation in TV and film that you'll be recording audio separately and then matching up again later. With a lot of live streaming, now we want really high quality audio coming into a device, and it looks like that the Streamix M1 does exactly that. On the side of the device, it's got two XLR/TRS hybrid connectors, so you can plug any type of professional microphone into this that you want and record directly from them. That's great for voiceovers or narrator or something like that if you want that, or perhaps if you're doing something like an interview, you can input two really high quality studio mics rather than relying on the preamps on cameras and DSLRs or your phone. And once you've got that audio coming in, there's a professional audio mixer built into this as well, so you can change the levels and I think some other properties of the audio just by using touchscreen sliders. That's going to be a really cool feature. I'm looking forward to trying that one out and seeing how well it works. Another feature of the Streamix M1 that I'm really looking forward to trying out at some stage is the ability to have two of these in remote locations and stream them together with almost no latency. So apparently what you can do is have two of these things in different countries on the internet, and as long as you key them together, you can use one as a source to the other and pull them together. This is going to be great for people who are playing games in multiple locations, for example. You'll be able to pull your different gaming setups into one mixer and be able to do a multi-person live gaming experience, for example, or a live interview across different countries, and do all of this sort of stuff really easily from this small portable device. That's a really powerful feature, and I'd love to see how well that works. As for the physical size, it's quite small. It's about the size of an iPad, about a foot wide, about 8 inches deep, and about 1.5 inches tall off the desk. It runs off a 19 volt power supply. I don't know how that's going to work with perhaps running it off something like a V-Lock battery. We might have to come up with some sort of interesting field power usage for this one. If you wanted to be able to run it somewhere where you don't have mains available, we'll check that one out when we finally get our hands on one of these. So there you go. This is looking like a fantastic device, and the Streamix M1 is something I'm dying to get my hands on so that I can play with it and really see what it can do and make a lot more videos for you guys. If you've got any questions about this thing that you want answered, put them in the comment section below. I do read them all and get back to as many of them as I can. And don't forget to subscribe down here so that when I do make more videos about it, you get notified about them. And watch this video and this video as well, because they're going to tell you more really cool stuff that you're into. YouTube picked those just for you. And I'll see you in another video soon.